Mark, you've had a week and a half of training and now the first pre-season game. So did you get what you wanted out of it?
Yeah, really pleased, Rich. You know, we this year said that we were looking to probably play not a new system, because I played with a back three last year, and that was probably more of a shoring up exercise, you know, to keep things tight and work out from there. This year, asking them to be a little bit more expansive, you know, and within that sort of framework, we've touched on things early doors, you know, on the training ground, and seen things like that come into our game today, which is important, you know. You know, we've got to be like anybody else. We've got to be in control of our destiny in terms of possession. Probably we did it at times last year well, and then whenever we did that, a la Luton away, for example, it's fresh in the memory. We got results on the back of that, good results. And I thought today, all right, they came here with a desire to give us a hard game, Gillingham, and yeah, it was 2-1. But I think anybody who saw the game could be thinking it could have been 5, could have been 6. We had a lot of good chances. We played some really good stuff, and nice to see Laurent coming into it, and he'll be an important player, I said, for this club. You know, we recognised him a while back, and yeah, he's a good professional. He gives you pace, he gives you power, he gives us all those things as well. But you know, it's competition we need as well. You know, and I said before that, you know, we lost a lot of players at the back end of the season for different reasons, and at the moment Josh is the only one who's come in. So, you know, it's very much on my mind. We have to have a leaner squad, but we still have to have that competitiveness in the squad.
Just touching on Josh there, as you mentioned, you know, probably must feel a bit hard done by the penalty. Seemed like a soft one. On the whole, though, yeah, really impressive performance. Gets around the pitch, builds things, and technically great as well.
Yeah, I think our fans will really buy into him because, again, he's a good, honest player. I mean, he's a coach's dream. He comes in, he works hard, smile on his face every day, does what you ask him to do, and you know, even when he played, we watched him at length for his old club. Play anywhere in the midfield, can play as defensive midfield, can play as an attacking midfielder, can play wide areas. So for us he'll be a really important member, not just of our squad but of our team as well. I'm delighted to have him here.
We know Reading's academy is a huge part of the club. I think we had, by my counts, 15 players play for the first team last year that come through the academy. We had 4 boys today who weren't even in that 15. You know, we've got and they've kind of either come back from loan. People like Amari Samuels from the 18s. Mm-hmm. You don't want to put over pressure those guys, but it's nice to have those sort of in the wings, you know, as and when you need them. Yeah,
my message to those guys is that again, it's an old cliche, but if they're good enough, they'll play. You know, but what they have got to be, they've got to be. You can't carry anybody in this league, and you know, I said to even like to Tom McIntyre, I said, you know, this year, I really don't want to be calling him, or anybody else calling him, young Tom McIntyre. I says he's got to stick his chest out and be, you know, think of himself as a senior member of the team. Get in there and stay in there, and not just be happy maybe playing 2 or 3 games and doing well and then coming out. Get in there. Can he bang out 40, 45, 46 games this year? Because he's certainly good enough to do it. And young Amari played today, happy with his progress, but you know, he's got to grasp. If you're giving him the opportunity to train with the team and be around the team, then grasp the opportunity and don't think of yourself as a young player and step up to the plate, which is so putting that little bit of pressure on him. But I'm a firm believer if you do that, then the good ones thrive on it.
You mentioned already about, you know, the kind of recruitment that's going to hopefully come in the next sort of few weeks or so, because what you don't want, of course, when the season kicks off is trying to square pegs and round holes and stuff when it comes to sort of changing the team up and keeping things fresh. Yeah.
I say we've looked at this system, and I looked at the likes of Sheffield United, Wolves, even Swansea last year played the system that we played today. But again, they recruited well to put the right pegs in the right holes, you know, and it's a system that can be successful in this league, you know, and we'll work on it and we'll continue to work on it leading up to the first game. Listen, I'm not going to say that given times, I've always said we've got to be adaptable. So there might be times that we flip things around and change it for particular games. But you know, in general, if we have a style of playing and a way of playing that suits the players that we've got here, then it can only be good for us, and it can only lead to getting good performances and good results.
I felt like the team had quite a good attitude in the game today, and they're certainly going to need that when it comes to Friday. You've got Spurs as the next challenge, kind of a different kind of game, different level, you know, different stadium for that matter as well. So again, a team you know as well.
Yeah, you're right, Rich. Different kind of game, because with all due respect to Gillingham, we had a lot of ball today, and we were able to be expansive in our play. I still want that when we go to Tottenham, but obviously you've got the added thing of, you know, in the transition of play, we've got to make sure that we're organised, make sure that we don't, again, The one tiny downside again today, we're very comfortable in the game, thinking, well, and then, okay, we give away a sloppy penalty. And it's that type of thing which has haunted us, not just last year, in previous years. It's about the concentration, doing the right things, and being proud of that clean sheet and doing it well. You know, not having these little lapses. So we'll continue to work on that. But yeah, we've got Tottenham coming up, and I think West Ham hopefully after that. So 2 difficult games, but 2 games if we approach right, they'll stand us in good stead for the season.
And lastly, Mark, Spurs too. Nice for you to go there.
Yeah, delighted. Obviously, is where I learned my trade, so to speak, and it's considered to be my club as a youngster. Obviously, I haven't been back there since the new stadium, so yeah, it'll be a special occasion for myself, the players as well. So we've got to, hopefully we don't come away from there with our backsides kicked. So we've got to make sure we're professional and we get on with doing a good job there.